You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Ojo láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe lọ́la ọ̀tọ̀ láì bá dé. Stress of ìdákùn ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tí ẹ là tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Mo jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣẹ̀rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kò lè rínú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn àṣebí. You gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogún dé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá jẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ a ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Mo jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sìn owó láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ńlá. Mo jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ayé. Àgbàdo ti ti tó mọ̀ ńlá yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Mo jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlàmọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ikú pàlà mi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹ lọ́lọ́gbà ògiri. Àmì ìjọ wọ́n ti fi gbogbo ìbàjọ́ra ìmọ́lẹ̀. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́.
Yes, so good evening, my people. It's a pleasure to welcome you to another special edition of the Jagbajantis Show. I remain your regular host, Akin. Thank you for connecting with me tonight from whatever part of the world you are joining from. I greet you specially. I greet my people on YouTube, those on Twitter, and my rugged fellows on Facebook. Thank you for always turning up. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your gift. I realized after the show last week that some people sent me stars. I think it was Egbon and Ebon. Thank you very much. I didn't see that while I was running the show, so it was afterwards that I saw the notification. Thank you very much. Iná ò ní tán ọwọ́ yín ò ní kàn sàlẹ̀ àpò ẹ̀yìn náà kàn tán kẹ́ tó rí mi o. God bless you. Right. As you're coming in, please help me share the show on your platforms. Invite somebody, send out the link, share it if you're proud of what we do here. Just, let it go out there. Let people know that something like this is going on. If we promote platforms like this, we are helping society. Especially if you agree with me that things we discuss here are edifying. If you agree with me that things we discuss here are useful for humanity, then we need to promote this. And this platform and several other ones that does similar stuff are the kind of platform that we should feed, because essentially what you feed, whatever you feed, survives, and what you starve dies. And part of what we want to discuss tonight is, I just want to call our attention, everyone's attention, to the part that each one of us has to play. It's not just enough for us to complain. It's not just enough for us to point out the ills we see around us. The question is, what are you doing about it? What am I doing about it? You can't see it and look away. But perhaps we don't even understand what contributes to this. And my what I focus on whenever there's any issue to attend to is to first of all understand what the problem is, because we cannot start talking about solutions when we don't even understand the problem. It is when we understand the problem, it is when we understand possible causes of something, that we can then sit down and begin to design solutions to those problems that we have identified. But when we just see symptoms, when we just see outcomes, when we see result of something, and we talk about it, then we don't know how to deal with it, because we don't really know what led to it. So we need to go back and find out what led to this. And then it is those causes that we must tackle. We can't be complaining about an effect while at the same time preserving the causes of those effects. bí ipa ṣe èrè ni tá a bá ń ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So we must first of all come to an agreement, a clear understanding of what we're dealing with, and then we can now join hands collectively, individually, to ensure that we do what is necessary to get rid of the problem. So please, a part you have to play tonight is to, send this word out. Let this particular show go out there and reach as many people as possible so that we can have, large numbers of people getting involved in the solution that we want to talk about. Right. Let me quickly invite our first joiner tonight to the VIP session. Yeah, it's no other person than Ebunoluwa Akinola Falui. Oh yeah, submit yourself for those six-pack, well chiseled men to carry you to the next level. So thank you for connecting tonight. My fluffy sister, I greet you. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Esther Adiola. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí yín o. Ẹ káalẹ́ o, ẹ kú àtàárọ̀. Ṣé wà dáadáa? Ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́. Who else is on the show? Yeah, I think that's just about it. If you're on the show and you're listening to me and you want me to give you a shout out, just indicate your presence and I will, greet you specially. Silent listeners, Mukinyo, at the invisible listeners, no, I greet all of you. Thank you for connecting. I know my sister is there somewhere, preparing her delicacy as usual. Yawo Lowo Shibi while listening to this. I greet you as well. Probably her hand is inside the flour now, or she's mixing or spicing something, so she can't type that she's here, but she's listening. So I greet you as well. Mimi Fine Wine. Right, let's get straight into tonight's discussion, and I don't want to keep you waiting for much longer. I believe other people will join us as we progress in the show. The discussion for tonight is what I titled Our Skewed Reward System and its Consequences. So, to break it down, skewed is something that is, not straight. Tó gbún, nǹkan tó wọ́, nǹkan tó dojúkọ bí tí ò yẹ kó dojúkọ. And then the reward system is, something you put in place, a process you put in place, a system you put in place to, credit people for their effort, to give people what you think they deserve. So, and to that or deserve promotion. And to or deserve maybe warning or maybe sack or query or whatever, But when you have this sort of a reward system not properly set up, when it is skewed, then what you find that what you see is that you begin to reward you begin to apportion reward in a way that doesn't make sense. So, for example, somebody that is hardworking, that deserves, pay rise, such person doesn't get it. But then you give pay rise to somebody that's constantly late, but because maybe is a family member of somebody important in the society. So with that, you're not rewarding excellence. And when you continue that trend, you're killing somebody that believes in hard work. You're sending them a message that, hard work doesn't pay. You have to, be connected. So what that person would then start doing is to reduce their work rate, reduce their efficiency, and start begin to, find a way to associate themselves with, people that matters within the establishment so that they can get rewarded. And if such a system is sustained, the consequence of that is that the productivity of that establishment will begin to go down, and eventually the organization will collapse. Now, look at what I just described in a bigger way. Let's shift our focus now to our society. And I will be specific tonight. I'm referring to what is happening in Nigeria. There is a growing epidemic that will consume that country very, very, very shortly. I repeat, there is a growing epidemic that will consume that country very, very, very shortly. Now, I stumbled on, a post on one of my brother's page. I can't remember. I think his name has just escaped my mind. But what he wrote on that post was that he he remembers during his school days, uh, when they were young as undergraduates, and all they ever dreamt of was just to dress well, 4 or 5 shirts, 2 trousers, their little room that they're renting just have a DVD player, small TV, have a rug in the room, and then for those who come from maybe a middle class family, a privileged family, they can think of having a car, or their father will pass them their old car if they buy a new one and give it to them, and I can relate with what he was trying to describe, the era he was trying to describe. And then today, he finds it strange that youth of today, without having any viable source of livelihood, wants to buy G-Wagon. And G-Wagon, the basic model in this country, it's £150,000. That's just the basic, go adding anything extra, just the basic trim, £150,000. But they're not even thinking of buying that. They're thinking of buying the Brabus. That is a modified version of that vehicle. And if you get a Brabus, that sets you back to around 350,000 pounds. And this is what they want to ride. They want to buy a mansion in Lekki. They want that jet life, that jet lifestyle. Fly private jet, wear expensive clothes, wear jewelries, diamonds, but kò síṣẹ́. And this is concerning. When we see what is happening around us, you don't need anyone to tell you that our values are lost. Look around you. We have lost it as a country. Ọ̀dọ́ ìlú, ògo ìlú ni. Ọ̀dọ́ ìlú, ọjọ́ ọ̀la ìlú ni. And if that definition is true, look at the youth of Nigeria. Ṣé ògo nìyẹn? Irú ọjọ́ ọ̀la wo nìyẹn? Everywhere you look, what you find is excessive greed. Accumulation of wealth. And the way they go about acquiring this is so primitive. It sets us back, to an era before civilization. Because if you have to kill somebody else and use their part for rituals to make money, it's primitive. It doesn't show somebody that is, it doesn't show any form of civilization. It doesn't indicate that there's any form of morals. And it's sad that these things are happening in a society, in a country that is rated as the second most praying nation in the world after Afghanistan. Nigeria ló gbàdúrà jù. Yet, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. India ní tẹ́lẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n India tún ti gbéra ńsìn. Àwa ní ńsìn. Everywhere you look, church. Everywhere you look, religious crisis. Obu ànábì, wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ sí gbá kan, wọ́n ṣe kinní kan, wọ́n ya Quran, wọ́n yet the moral decadence in the society is on the increase. Places of religion are multiplying, yet evil is multiplying. À ń tanra wa púpọ̀ púpọ̀. À ń tanra wa púpọ̀ púpọ̀. This discussion is not, something that is strange to many of us. And when we bring discussions like this up, yes, we blame several people. We blame the parents, and rightly so. Because in our days when we go to school, wọ́n di rice, wọ́n di gàrí, wọ́n di ẹ̀wà, wọ́n di everything lé wa lórí ni. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fún one pocket money. Tó bá tán, we come back home. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ, ó ti yá jẹ́ tán, oníjẹkújẹ ìgbà kan àwọn kan mẹ́. They give you money again, you go back. Today, the child you send to school don't even come home to ask for anything for a whole session. Tó bá dẹ̀ máa turn up, mọ́tò tẹ́ ẹ̀rà fún, ó máa gbé wálé. And as a parent, you feel proud. You don't ask questions. Níbo ló ti rí? Ṣé lè máa yọ̀, tẹ́ máa jó kiri nípa wọn yín ṣoríire. So for those who blame parents, yeah, you're right. Parents who don't question the ill-gotten wealth of their children. Parents who sees their children living an extravagant life, living in houses that they themselves could not afford. And knowing fully well that these children don't have any viable or legitimate source of income. But they don't question it. Because at the end of the day, àwọn ẹ̀gàn ló ń fún wọn lówó. Ọmọ tó yẹ kó máa tọ́jú tí wàá di breadwinner. So ẹnu wọn ò tọrọ mọ́. Wọ́n bá fẹ́ rí mi ìgbà, then they will just look away. We even have some parents who are aware of what or of the kind of things their children are involved in. They know. After all, association of Yahoo mothers over Ogun State. Àwọn ìyá tó jẹ́ pé àwọn wọn ń ṣe Yahoo, wọ́n tún l'association. So we have some parents like that who are aware. Ń pò lè lọ́mọ òun jà. Aláwọn òbí tó mọ̀ pé Yahoo lọ́mọ òun ṣe. Àlóbí tó mọ̀ wípé aṣẹ́wó lọ́mọ òun ṣe. And they don't say nothing. They look away. Because these children give them money from, the proceeds of their crime. Okay. Ẹ já fi àwọn parents lẹ̀. We blame these children of being lazy. We blame them of finding or cutting corners. We blame them getting involved in criminality. We blame the girls who run after money. That it's their fault that they get killed. The guy is flashing money on you, taking you on trips and all that, and then you see calabash in his cupboard, and you're still visiting him. So if he kills you, then that's your luck. We blame them. We blame the victims. Also, we blame ourselves, rightly so, for celebrating people with ill-gotten wealth. When you see something that don't add up, somebody says he's kit maker and is celebrating the third, house he's buying in Lekki. He's celebrating the fourth Land Cruiser. One Land Cruiser is 130 million. I always ask you, bring out your calculator. How much is YouTube paying? How much is Facebook paying? And add the show Joramon. But when we said things like this, some of you will shut us down and say you are hating them. That when they were poor, did you investigate the source of their poverty? Why are you now concerned about the source of their wealth? But then, when you hear that they were caught or involved in murder, you suddenly go quiet. You don't talk anymore. You pretend as if you never defended them. Recently, one content creator was arrested for killing his girlfriend. Yesterday, another content creator was arrested at the airport carrying cocaine. If these ones have succeeded in their schemes, they will say it is, content creating, skit making that is funding their lifestyle. They'll be buying houses after houses in Lekki. They'll be buying exotic cars. See them customize their swimming pool. See them wearing diamonds. See them going to parties. And that guy will be singing, and they'll be throwing bills and bills and bills and bills of cash at the musician. You do not spend the money you work hard for like that. It's a principle ayene. Owó téèyàn ṣiṣẹ́ fún tó làágùn fún èèyàn kì í ná bẹ́yẹn. And this is not enough sign for you to understand that something is going on behind the scene. You jump in their defense. You defend them. Because we are a society that worships money. Téèyàn bá ṣáà ti lówó àti sọ́dọ̀ lọ́hùn. We don't ask questions. We don't investigate. We don't check their track record. We don't look at their trajectory. Kò dá lé iṣẹ́ lẹ̀. Kò ní investment kankan. Kò jogún kankan. It's not an industrialist, not nothing. Overnight, ó dẹ̀ di billionaire. It does not work that way. This sort of lifestyle violates core principles of life. But we broke shame people. If anybody talk or argues with you or shares a different opinion with you, the next thing you're coming to say to that person is, who are you? And then you begin to broke shame them. You this poverty stricken, blah, 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 stuff like that. We respect only people who have money. Yes, we can also blame the law enforcement agencies, the police, who are meant to sanitize the society. But they are the ones you find acting as orderlies around these guys. Ọlọ́pàá ló ń bá ọmọ Yahoo gbé báàgì. Iṣẹ́ wo lèèyàn ń ṣe láyé? Àbí ogun wo ló kóra ẹ̀ sí? Tí mobile police bíi mẹ́fà bíi mẹ́jọ á máa tẹ̀lé with sophisticated weapons. Kí ló ń ṣe? Yorùbá dẹ̀ bọ̀, wọ́n ní ìwà ọmọ ní mọ́mọ́ ń ṣòkígbẹ́. What are you involved in that you are not free? You're meant to be a free citizen. Why can't you walk around freely? What have you gotten yourself into? Even when these people some of them are arrested, they bribe their way out. Because we have a corrupt police. We have a corrupt judiciary. All these things I'm mentioning is leading me somewhere. I'm building, what I want us to really focus on tonight. But these are just parts. These are offshoots of the real problem. All this are just offshoots of the real problem. But I need to mention them because we can be dealing with these things, separately. But new ones will keep springing up if we don't tackle things. If you want to kill a tree, you kill it from the root. As long as the root is there in the soil, it will grow again. If you want to kill that tree, then you kill it from the root. And it's the root that I'm, taking us to tonight. We look at the religious centers. Look at the churches. All they preach is prosperity. They made it seem like the only way you can actually prove that you enjoy God's blessing is when you have money. It's only through material wealth. The car you drive, clothes you wear, house you live. They ignore that God's blessing is for everyone unconditionally. But they attribute God's blessing only to material wealth. And it's all for their own selfish purpose. Because they want people to bring more. They bring more. They bring more. They did not set up those centers to, lead you on the path of righteousness. No. They set those things up as business entities. Easy money. Untaxed revenue. And you can see them prospering, opening branches after branches, building larger and bigger auditoriums, hiring more pastors, opening more centers, buying up struggling companies and factories and converting them to churches, where people who are laid off in that establishment will now be congregating in that center of worship to pray for job. We are a society that pays more tithe than tax. And even when you go to these places of worship, you see show off. You see how people try to outdo one another to earn respect because we worship money. You see those that they sit in front in special areas, the rogues, the criminals. But they are the highest donors. They are the highest contributors. They are the ones that can, lift the church when they need support. And when youth see all these things, you're passing a message to them. So when some blame the religious centers, they're right, because they contribute to it. I've seen videos of Yahoo boys, spraying pastors in church because he's the one praying for them. He's the one boosting their business. So they come for Thanksgiving. They spray money. Àwọn church mi wà ìlú tó ń lù tó fi ń kọ we lift our hands in the sanctuary. Ọmọ Yahoo wọ ni, ó wọ ìlú yẹn ni, ó lo káàdì oníkáàdì fi rà. How can we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? you receive tithe and offering from these criminals. You bless them, you pray for them. And then let's go to the core now. The government. The people who are rulers, but they shouldn't be called rulers, they should be called ruiners. Àwọn ọ̀bàyéjẹ́, àwọn tó yẹ kó túnlù ṣe, tó yẹ kó túnlù tò, ṣùgbọ́n tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ni adàlúrú. They are the ones that should set in place policies. They are the ones that should uphold the values of our society. In putting in place a functioning reward system that rewards excellence, that punishes criminality. But what do we have today? We have this system that perverses justice, that enthrones criminals in power. Forgers, ex-convicts, people that should be locked up are holding political offices. What signals are you sending to the youth? And this is why we are where we are today. Our skewed rewards. Look at what we elevate. Entertainment. See the amount that is devoted, expended on, for example, the Big Brother. You gather some people in the house. They do nothing for 3 months. You witness all kind of, debate, conversation, and so much money goes into hosting this. So much money goes into, running it. And people vote. The company makes so much money. Yet, we cannot plug such money into research and development. This Big Brother is one of those things we imported from the Western society. Ìlú tó jẹ́ pé ayé tí wọ́n ti létò. Ìlú tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo nǹkan lọ létò fún wọn. We did not look at, things that can elevate us and progress us to copy from that society. Rather, we bring things that does not add value to us. Ọ̀rọ̀ wa dàbí ẹni tí ò tíì yó, tí ò tíì jẹun, tó ń tayín. Amomi tayín ni ọ̀rọ̀ ìlú wa. A country going through you know, kind of situation we're experiencing at the moment should not have time for such a show. À ń ṣe bíi pé nǹkan dáa fún wa, nǹkan ò dẹ̀ dáa fún wa. À ń fagídí lùgbà. And our priorities are wrong. So look at how much they give to somebody that comes out from the Big Brother show. Somebody that lived wayward there, have sex on, national television, and all forms of recklessness. And when they come out, they're treated like national heroes. Aside the cash award they get, companies start, laying carpets for them, appointing them as, and endorsing them as ambassadors and giving them, huge deals, sponsorship deals. Even we have some state governors that gives, some of these people state reception. We have traditional rulers that give them chieftaincy titles. They are seen as ambassadors. They are seen as role models. But then when you see someone that graduates from the university with first class, or somebody that finished their high school with straight A's, these ones don't get looked at. You finish from ULAG with first class, they give you 2,500 naira reward from Kineka endowment fund, 5,000 naira, or they give you one used laptop. No job offer, no assistance to encourage them, to nurture their intellect, to improve them, and to ensure that, we don't showcase them to produce more of them. We relegate them to the background. Why would this youth not choose a different path from their parents when they can see their parent who served 35 years working for the government? They were diligent, they were upright, but even after they retired, they still don't have a roof over their head. After they retire, they don't get their pension and gratuity. They struggle to feed their families. They struggle to keep their kids in school. They struggle to keep a roof over their head. And then this youth, on the other hand, will see somebody, who is holding a political office, who abuse the trust that they placed in them in that office, who steal their commonwealth, use, state funds to send their girlfriends on luxury trips, buy properties abroad, send their own children abroad. They flaunt this ill-gotten wealth in their faces. And guess what? These are the people we hail in the society. These are the ones we treat like heroes. These are the ones we invite to public functions and place at the high table. These are the ones we introduce with glowing, words, glowing titles. These are the ones we worship. This is our reward system. Look at the kind of songs our musicians are churning out. You see the ones who sing, because look, artists are the conscience of the society. When politicians have failed the people and the people no longer want to listen to them, they listen to their artists, singers, movie stars, because these are the ones that can pass messages to sanitize the society. These are the ones that their followers can listen to, learn from. But what do we have today? Look at the seasoned musicians, the ones that would take time to rehearse, the ones that actually master their craft, the ones that write conscious lyrics. When they release their song, do you share them? No. When they release their songs, do you buy them? Do you download them? No. Do you show them love? No. Do they get awards? No. Do they get invited to shows? No. Because we think only want to lead you. Boy, is affecting us. We don't want to hear it. But then the ones that debase women, the one that strip women naked in their music videos, the one that calls women hoes, the one that sings about drugs, the one that sings about crime, the one that sings about gun, the one that sings about violence. Once they release their song and post it online, go and look at it in 24 hours. It's having 1.2 million views. These are the ones that we even set our own phone camera to dance to their song, to help them promote it and share it. We spread this, and then we wonder why the society has become what it's become today. Today I watched a video of some girls flaunting breast. So one will come out and hold their breast and say, "Oh, I'm not the breast, oh, I'm the breast neighbor." Then the other one with the bigger breast will come, hold the breast and say, "I'm not the breast, oh, but I'm the breast sister." And like that until the one with the massive breast came out. And I'm there scratching my head. Because growing up, maybe you'll be lucky if you sit down beside a nursing mother. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ́yìn tó bá wọ pátá tán wá tún wọ ṣimí, wá wọ ṣimí tán wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tún wá wọ skirt. Layers upon layer wà máa bá. But now, wọ́n tẹ̀ fẹ́ wọ nǹkan kan. Gbà ọ̀ báyìí lòun wo gbogbo ìlà yẹn. Gbà ọ̀ báyìí lòun wo orí ọmú gbàǹkù báyìí. No decency, no shame. Why? Because the ones we hail, the one we flaunt, shows that yes, this is what we want in the society. These are the people we reward. Look at how most of our so-called celebrities are looking now. Mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ shape tí mo fẹ́ pe ìdí tẹ́lòmíì ní mọ́ báyìí. Báyà square ni o, báyà triangle ni o, báyà cylinder ni o, mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀. And sometimes I sit down and I ask pé ẹni ìwọ yìí gan, ká ní bọ́lọ́run ṣe dá ẹ rè, ṣé ò ní query Ọlọ́run? And you know, just like that, we've made what do you call it? We've made, you know, augmenting your bomb. We've made it like normal now. In fact, àwọn tí ò ṣe gan ló dàbí pé, you know, they are weird now. It's not the people who do it anymore. You now see all kind of contour. Why? Because àwọn tó nírú ìdí ni wọ́n fún endorsement. And it's so sad because these people have checked them out. They have no substance. So they made somebody an ambassador for I don't know, say maybe phone. You don't know how to advertise phone because normally you are a dunce. Such a role should go to people people with creative minds, people who are intelligent. That the one that can come up with concept, 30 seconds video, creative ad. That the one that can write things, that will promote such a product. But no. It didn't work. So you say you're advertising phone and you put your bomb in the camera and you are shaking bomb. You're going up and down, skimpily dressed, shaking bomb and saying, oh, have you seen Samsung? This is the latest Samsung phone and you're shaking bomb. Excuse me? But that is what we promote. And people can actually do this because they don't look seductive. Because they don't dress like prostitutes. Because they are reserved. We don't appreciate or value them. So now, every young girl thinks she needs to make a bomb. And she needs to, make her breast bigger. Every young girl now believes that she needs to bleach her skin. Every young girl now believes that she needs to wear a certain kind of wig. Before she can be looked at. This is what we are promoting. This is our skewed reward system. The attitude that our youth exhibit today is a direct consequence of the savage tempo of our modern society. We are running too fast. Gone are the days where we say it takes 25 years to become an overnight millionaire. Now, a 17-year-old wants to own what somebody labored for 30 years. And as you heard in that my song, ẹni bá fìkánjú wá kọ́kọ́rọ́ ọlà, ilẹ̀kùn ìbànújẹ́ ni yóò fi ṣí nígbẹ̀yìn. And so you see what is happening to our youth now. They are dying needlessly. Atrocities after atrocities. Depression, drug abuse. We have lost it. The attitude that you see our youth exhibit today, it's a direct consequence of the moral degradation caused by our skewed reward system. Today, we showcase the degenerates. Gbogbo ìlú máa ń gbé the best of them out. We put the worst of us out. We recently did it at the national level. We are now a laughingstock internationally. Now, this is where I'm going. What these people do, all the things I've explained earlier, what they do, what they say, how they behave, it's not really the problem. The problem is the cheap publicity and attention that we give to them. It is how we help them to stay alive. Kere. Look at what Mommy of Lagos. Look at how we have helped Mommy of Lagos, Bobrisky. And look at how many of him have been birthed. We elevated him to that stage. Stations were granting him interview. Bloggers were always carrying everything he does. People were always sharing it. So, and he kept on doing this madness, kept on doing all this thing because you see, this is what will give him that attention in it. Brands were endorsing him and all kinds of things like that. And several other people saw, and he brought many of him. Now, some of you are now saying, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu iná ṣe bí wọ́n sọ pé this kind of lifestyle is prohibited ni. Ṣé ẹ̀sùn ni? Ẹ̀sùn náà. Ṣebí nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ ń ṣẹlẹ̀, it was fun for you. It was fun. You were helping them promote it. You were giving them the cheap publicity. Wọ́n sanwó fún. Tọ́ bá kàn ti ṣe wèrè tán fẹ́ ṣe tán, ẹ̀yin lẹ ń bá wọn spread ẹ̀ káàkiri. Tọ́ bá dẹ̀ rí pé kíní ẹ̀ go viral, they go and do it again. We are the problem, not them. Each one of us, the bloggers, individuals, everyone with platform to promote the right kind of people, but who chose, to promote these vice-ridden rascals who feel these ones are worthy, of being put on the mantelpiece, who feels these ones are newsworthy. We are the problem. We discourage hard work and honest living and good morals when we join hands to laud and promote people whose hands are dipped in criminality. When we should speak, when we keep quiet. When we give soft landing to these reprobates. When whatever they do, we hail it as achievement. We are the problem. We accept all manners of foolishness that these louts display. We see it as statistically pleasing. We run them as headlines. We share them on our platforms. We make them go viral. And by so doing, further damage is being done to whatever is left of our values, to whatever is left of our national reputation. Because those we promote are those that the world will see as the best that we can present. So what should we do? We need to start celebrating and showcasing our finest. We need to go back and start talking about people who are grinding hard, people who are on the path or on that right path. We need to start elevating those who are hardworking, people who are laboring honestly. These are the ones we need to put there as examples of what we want in the society. We need to start asking questions. When somebody just turn up overnight, showcasing assets that cannot be verified, whose sources cannot be verified. We need to query things. They do here where I live. That's why there's a level of sanity in the environment. We need to start celebrating our finest. We're losing them to other countries now. Because we don't value them, we don't celebrate them. We kill them. We belittle their achievement. We look down on their little beginnings. As long as they don't have, a name in the society, we just rubbish them. Omotani, kiloje. And we have people who are doing well in science, in art. Why do we need to wait until other countries celebrate them before we now attach ourselves to them? Most of these people find it hard breaking out in their own country. And then out of frustration, they leave and go to another country where they are welcomed with open hand, where they are given that, freedom to thrive. And then suddenly we remember, oh, this person is a Nigerian. We now start dragging them. It's now we now associate with them. After they struggle to gain international recognition somewhere else. But when they were within us, we didn't show them any love. We promote stupidity. And we frustrate and we ignore our best brains. Oh, yes, but when they have scandal, quickly, we carry that one because of our negative bias. We find it hard to accept that ordinary people like us are doing extraordinary things. It doesn't sit down well with us. It makes our own life miserable. But when we hear that they have a scandal, when we hear that something, terrible is happening to them, when we hear that they make mistake, when we hear that, they have something, bad going on for them, then quickly we share that one. Because yes, we can settle with that. Because it shows that yes, we are better off. Because it's somebody else that thing is happening to, is not us. So we're quick to share negativity. We're quick to share scandals. But when they are doing groundbreaking achievement, when they are doing things that is worth celebrating, no, we look away. Because why? We didn't do it. We feel jealous. We feel bad that somebody else will be getting accolades and not us. And some is when they die that we now start sharing about them. It's then we remember that this person was a genius. It's then we start remembering their contribution to the society after they are long gone. Kò wúlò mọ́. Ìgbà tán wà láyé, did you celebrate them? Did you support them? Did you give them platform to thrive? Did you put the words out there in your circle about them? Have you heard about this person? What did you do to promote them? Nothing. Frustration wá pa wọ́n tán. Depression pa wọ́n tán. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ wá ń share iṣẹ́ wọn. Ìgbà yẹn lẹ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa wọn. It's too late. It's too late. I want you to remember, whatever you feed survives, and whatever you starve dies. I want you to remember, we are writing a story with whatever we project. And whatever we write is what the world will read. From now on, make it a point of duty not to keep quiet anymore. When you see evil, call it out as evil. When you see something unpleasant, condemn it. Make a stand. Stop being weak. make a stand and stand on the side of truth. Don't speak the truth only when it's convenient. Play your part in ensuring that you uphold the values of our society. We did not inherit this life from our fathers. We borrowed it from our children. What are we going to give back to them? What are we going to hand back to them? When you see ineffective leadership, condemn it. When you see religious Yahooism, condemn it. When you see mediocrity in any form or shape, in any department, in any endeavor, condemn it. When you see people living fake life, thereby misleading, naive and young people, condemn it. When you see people living reckless life, carrying bags and bags and bags and bags and bag of money to throw at a musician at a burial ceremony, this is not something you should share. It's wrong. This is not something you should promote. Reckless lifestyle, condemn it. We have all kept quiet too long. We have looked away so much. We have folded our hands on concern for too long. Now, evil has overtaken us. Evil has overtaken good. Lies have triumphed over truth. Mediocrity has killed excellence. Our society is about to be consumed. And I mean every word of it. This country is fast sinking if we don't do something quickly. Every one of us must put hand on the deck now. Kì í ṣe iṣẹ́ èèyàn kan mọ́ o. Because gbogbo ala lójú, gbogbo ala létí, gbogbo ala dẹ̀ ní làákàyè. We must now start promoting hard work over dishonesty. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́. Oh my God. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́. Ẹ ṣé. Well, my message for everyone as I close is that what you abet flourishes. What you encourage survives. What you feed don't die. But what you condemn, what you starve of oxygen, gradually rot away and die. So I put it to you as a task. I put it to you as a responsibility whatever you wish to see flourish, then do everything you can to make them stay alive. And whatever you wish that they don't live, they don't survive, then do everything you can to starve them to death. Don't forget, à ń woṣẹ́ rẹ o, à ń kaṣẹ́ rẹ o, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣe, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ, gbogbo nǹkan tó ń kọ, àwọn tó support, àwọn tó tò sẹ́yìn ẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà lákọọ́lẹ̀ o. Ìtàn dẹ̀ ní gbogbo wa máa padà dà o. Ìtàn tá a bá dẹ̀ kọ sílẹ̀, òun láyé á kà. Therefore, I urge you, live well. And as you live well, you are writing a good story. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. And that is all I have for tonight. It's a call to responsibility for every one of us. You can't fold your hands and watch. You can't say you're unconcerned. Ohun tó bá dé bá ojú ó máa dé bá mú o. Tára ilé ẹni bá dẹ̀ ń jẹ kòkòrò, tá ò sọ fún. Tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe hùrùhùrù gànràngànràn lóru, gbogbo ọjọ́ ní sùn ni o. Let us play our part. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ gan-an. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ gan-an. I don't know how to overemphasize that. Nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ gan-an. God bless you. Let me quickly check through. There are some comments here. My sister Aderom Bibukola says, it's very sad, and you're right. The parents have a lot to do with this. I remember when I was younger, if I brought home anything that my mother did not give to me, I would get flogged. You're right. And I remember borrowing clothes from my friend to wear. My mother dealt with me, but now I'm older. That memory still lingers because she dealt with the lack of contentment in me when she could. Thank you very much. You're right. We all passed through this. And that's how they were able to instill contentment in many of us. A ní láti ní àmójúkúrò. Nǹkan tó bá jẹ́ tiẹ̀ nìkan ni kó ní. Nǹkan tó bá dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ fún nìkan ni kó jẹ́ tiẹ̀. Kó dẹ̀ ní tẹ́lọ́rùn. Yes, this was how we were raised. And it has impacted my life in a big way now that I'm older. Thank you very much for sharing your life experience. And I hope now you appreciate your mom better. Like I do tell my children, I said, I don't really care what they think of me now. My role is long term. You don't need to like me now, but you will like me later. If I want you to like me now, you will hate me later. And I must not allow you to hate me later. I need to raise you the right way now. Later, you will understand everything I'm doing now. And you will love me more. I understand my role. So, whatever they think of me, I'm not really bothered. I'm focused on my duty as a father. And I'm doing what I think is best and is right by them. They might consider me too firm, but yes, it's for the life that lies ahead of them. And they're quite sensible kids, they understand. Because every mistake they make, it is a learning session for us. And I go into that learning, teaching with them. I talk. Wọ́n á gbọ́ lecture, èmi wọ́n á fẹ́ pin. Because, look, it is better to leave your child well instructed than to leave them with wealth. Because the portion of the well instructed or the lot of the well instructed will be better than the one that was just left with wealth. Ìpín ọmọ tá a kọ́ ó máa sàn ju èyí tó jẹ́ pé a kàn fi ọrọ̀ sílẹ̀ lásán fún ni. So ó sàn kó kọ́ ọmọ ju kó fi ọrọ̀ sílẹ̀ fún lọ. Torí ọmọ tá a kọ́ tá a fọrọ̀ lẹ̀ fún á jọrọ̀ yẹn rùn. Ọmọ tá a kọ́ ló máa gbélé tá a kọ́ tà. Right. I greet you, my brother. Joe Olanihun. Thank you for connecting. And my brother Emmanuel Makinde, it's a pleasure to have you on the show as well, even though you took your time tonight. Yes. And my brother here says, yes, indeed, I once wrote it. Be careful of, let me see what he wrote again. He said, be careful what you eat eats you. Be careful what you eat eats you. Right, my brother Emmanuel Makinde said, if you are not ready to be labeled crazy and weird, my humble advice is please don't tread the path of wanting to live right and uphold the truth. The road ahead will be unbearable. Buckle up, my people. Jar guide. Well, oti dele báyìí. No hiding. And whatever is going to happen, it will happen to everybody. No escaping now. Because inte bere funi. Oti dele báyìí. Inte encouraging. Oti dele báyìí. No hiding for nobody. But I pray we don't get consumed. God bless you. Until we meet again next week, Friday. Mi ò ní fi yín ṣàwátì o. Ó dàárọ̀.
Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé kò mà ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀ a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni ká ṣe bí ẹni kú káwọ́ ẹni tí ó ṣe dàrú ẹni ṣàṣà ènìyàn nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lẹ́yìn tẹrú tọmọ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ní lójú ẹni ọmọ aráyé abániwọ̀nrọ̀ bá orí dání wọn ayé ò fẹ́ ní ìfọ̀rọ̀ orí ẹni ní pé kó yẹ ni. You gotta be strong cause the world is a battlefield. Òjò láyé ó gbé ní lọ bá ò bá mọ̀ wẹ̀. Má ṣe làlà òtọ́ láì bá dé. Tread softly dákun ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ilé ayé ogun ni ó gbọ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gbà rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká má ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ ládàlẹ̀ ayé. Kò má ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀. A ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ṣé rántí a ò mẹ́rin ìjọba ẹ̀wẹ̀kú ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Àwọn lọ́tẹ̀ ni wọ́n dìde wọn lájànà kó lè rí inú gbọ́gbé. Àṣenìtàn bá ní ìdàrú ṣálọ̀ máa ráyé. Àwọ̀ fẹ́lẹ́ bòónù kò jẹ́ àríkùn wá ṣe bí. gotta be wise to survive and keep your sanity. Ọjà ọ̀dájú ní ilé ayé, o ní láti mọ̀ ọ́n rà. Àyàgbé ọ̀gẹ̀gẹ̀ tó bá ti lówó, ọ̀yàn òun ló wà lọ́jọ́ ogúndé. Ọwọ́ epo láyé ńlá, wọ́n kì í lá tẹ̀jẹ̀. Alámọ̀ á ò mọ́nú, ẹni ayé yẹ kó rọra ṣe. Ṣọ́ra, ṣọ́ra. Pọ́sọ̀ fura, pọ́sọ̀ fi jọ́ sí iná. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Tíbi tirẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Bọ́jà ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́ o. Inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Tíbi tirẹ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, kò máa ṣẹ̀dá tó mọ̀ ọ́la. Ilẹ̀kùn bọ́jà ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́, inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ṣòwò tí a lábẹ́lẹ̀ ayé, àgbà tó ti fi tó mọ̀ ọ́la yòókù lọ́gbọ́n. Ó jẹ́ ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi o. Ayé gbẹ̀gẹ́, inú ẹni ṣàlámọ̀, a ò mẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ni. Ẹ̀sùn pẹ̀lẹ́ láyé gba ọ̀rẹ́.